Hello and welcome everybody, and welcome to part 2 of Hardcore Minecraft. In this video, we're gonna finish the hobbit house and we're gonna make it pretty cool. We're also gonna fix the iron farm finally, and also gonna build a very cool nether portal. And without further ado, let's get right into it. So first things first, I started with making the basement where I'll put many chests so I can organize my loot. I have two double chests out and they are very messy. I want to put everything in order, blocks with blocks, mob loot with mob loot, and ores with ores and so on. This is the size of the basement that I decided on. It's not so big, but it will be enough for now, and because we don't have so much loot, it will not be a problem. I needed some blocks to use for the basement, so in my head I had the tough block as the primary block that I used to decorate it. So I went on and found a pretty cool cave to get tough and use it. We also mined a lot of diamonds, around 20-ish, so it was good. It was like 40 to 50 minutes of mining, and after that I went back home, and this is the tough block that I'm gonna use for the basement. It looks pretty cool, to be honest. I like this so much. So this is gonna be for the floor, and there will be another shape for the pillars. For example, it's gonna be like this. It looks like ancient Rome kind of pillars, and I really like it. I also have the vibe of trial chambers, and that makes it even more cool. I also went on and collected some dark wood because I thought it would look very cool on the basement. So you're gonna see how it's gonna look like. I put it on the wall here, so it would look very cool when the chests are in front of it, and I think I like how it looks like. And also this is the final thingy on how the room looks like. It looks pretty nice, and it will look even nicer when we will finish it. And I finally decided to walk on the roof of the hobbit house and change it to the dark wood. I think it would also look very cool, and also it's gonna give the vibe of changing colors and going from level 1 to level 0 or level 1 to 5, you know, going level by level, not suddenly stone to wood or wood to stone or white wood to black wood. That wouldn't be like very nice. I was out of wood, so it was time for another wood collecting spree because I needed it both for the roof and for the chests for the storage room. And this is how it looks like now. Not bad, I think. It looks pretty nice, especially with the wood behind it, giving the same vibe as the chests color and stuff. And yeah, and for the roof, you ask, I'm gonna put the... I forgot its name. It's the same stone as the stairs that I'm walking on now. Yeah. And after I was done with the chests, it was time to make a little farm because I was all out of wheat and I needed bread to breed villagers so I can make some good trades for either books or tools or whatever. Villagers are always useful in general. It's also finally time we make some diamond armor because we could die any moment. They're not perfect, but they would provide a little bit of protection, better than iron. I decided to put an enchantment room in this headroom. It was going to be a bedroom in the beginning, but I changed my mind. It will be an enchantment room. I'll also use deep slate for it. It's gonna look very cool. Just wait for it and started on building. Of course, we're gonna use slabs for everything because it's cheaper to use than full blocks. And here is the final look. It looks pretty cool. The enchantment table will be inside and like in the middle, excuse me, and the books will surround it. After finishing with it, I went down and started organizing my stuff and putting blocks with blocks, as I said, and everything in order so I wouldn't have such a mess outside the house. And man, it feels so good to have everything organized and everything in place without any mess around. And when you want an item, you go straight to the chest, not having to look 2 hours into a random chest filled with a bunch of random items. I also decided to make this little guy. In In my head, at first idea, I thought if I'll put an item in his chest, he will go straight to the item in my, like, the wooden chests and put it with them. But that was not the case actually, and that's pretty sad. But it's okay, even though if he's not organizing my stuff for me, it's very cool to have him around. It doesn't feel as lonely. I took a break from the game and came back one day later, and the first idea in my head was I gotta build a villager trading stuff. Jail, I would call it trading jail, because they're gonna be present. And I started on doing that. I was flattening an area on an island nearby, so that would be the jail island for our beloved villagers, and I would use them to breed and also use them to get enchantments, tools, and of course trade iron. That was the main idea. Make an iron farm and trade iron with villagers so we can get a bunch of emeralds. But I had a problem. So the problem was I don't have enough beds, neither does the village. So I decided to make a small sheep farm so I can get the wool and maybe in the future make it bigger and a bunch of colored wool. That would be very cool actually, and I would probably do that. That's our two Adam and Eve. They're gonna start an army of sheep in the future, absolutely. And I don't know about coloring them yet, but white one is good for me, so I'll work with that until I'll need different kind of colors of wool for different builds. I'm definitely probably need them. Thinking of making a big emerald on top of the jail island so it can look like a normal trading center. I mean, the big ass emerald will symbolize it, of course. We finished building, trapped the villagers. Oh, excuse me, I'm used to trapping villagers, the sheep inside, and fed them a little, and they made a little sheep. And that was good. And from that, they're gonna make a lot more sheeps in the future. And it's time to move the villagers we trapped back in the first episode to their new home, the jail island. I like the name, I hope that I'll not forget it. And yeah, I'm still looking on the idea of making a big emerald, just I don't know when. I mean, it would look pretty cool in my opinion. I mean, a big emerald on top of a trading center of villages. That's not bad. And also, I forgot to mention that Iron Farm is finally working nicely and perfectly. If I AFK for around 30 minutes, I would get around 2 stacks in half. That's not bad for a small iron farm. I calculated the jail and it's going to be a box, of course, for now at least though. Boxes are always ugly, especially in my case since I'm trying to learn how to build. I'll be very bad if I'll just be giving up in making boxes all around. So this is going to be the beginning of the jail, and I'm thinking to make an underground floor where I'll be transporting villagers with minecarts, villagers that are worth it of course, and trapping them there with their good traits. I took the other two of course to join their friends too, and I had a little bit of a problem. I was all out of building materials, so I went on smelting cobblestone to use it and finish the build. I'll take this moment to ask you kindly to like and subscribe. It's not much, honestly, it will take you a button, click of a button, and I do a lot of work montaging all of this, recording all of this myself. I would feel very happy if you would punch that subscribe button. And thank you very much for watching. I gathered the materials I needed to finish the build, and I went on finishing the jail island. So I had to cover them because I remember I was playing with my friends long ago. We didn't cover a villager, like we trapped him but we didn't cover him, and of course he was killed. We just forgot about him. I just kept that in mind and learned my lesson. I placed the beds and started making a roof for our beloved villagers so they wouldn't freeze to death or have rain falling all over their heads. I used the wood that I had collected earlier to trade with the Fletcher guy and get some emeralds, so I can upgrade the other guy with the furnace one, the armorer, or I don't know, the smither. I don't know his name, but you know which one I'm talking about. And right after I started trying to get a mending book, but you know the saying when they're like, he was looking for gold but he found diamond, that's what happened to me. that is efficiency 5, and I know it's very expensive, but it's very much needed, and we're gonna need it in every tool we have. Immediately started trading with the other villagers so I can get enough emerald for it, so I can lock in the trade and wouldn't lose it. And as I was waiting for the villager to restock iron trade, I started finishing the roof, and I was almost done. We got the efficiency 5 book, and alongside with finishing the roof, so it was very good, and I was finally done with the slavery island. Then it was time to finally collect materials for the best build in this episode, the nether portal sword shaped thingy. I did not want to go to the caves because it was very dangerous and I almost died earlier, so I decided to just dig down and mine deep slate when I reach it. I needed around roughly 7 to 8 stacks of deep slate, and that would be almost enough. It wasn't enough in the end, but it was almost, so I didn't need much at the end, so it was not a problem, and it took me a really painfully long time to mine all of it. My diamond pickaxe broke, I had to go and get another one, and that wasn't even the worst part. I needed like 40 obsidian, and that was also very painfully slow, and I did that too, so I got tired eventually of mining deep slate, so I took a break AFKing for the iron farm so I can trade with the villagers later. After AFKing for a while, I went back to collecting deep slate so I can finally get done with collecting materials and start building. And after I finished collecting deep slate, it was time for me to get purple dye because I needed around 188 purple glass. And yeah, I needed around, I don't know, like one purple dye gives 8 purple glass. I can't do math, so you do it. After solving the problem of purple dye, I went on collecting glass. For the dye, the blue one, I just used lapis, and for the red one I already had a billion poppies from the iron farm. And then we started getting the deep slate items like stone walls. It's not stone walls, it's deep slate walls, stairs, slabs, all kind of items that we're gonna use in building our amazing nether portal. And not long after, I also got enough purple dye for all the 188 glass that I need and turned all the glass to purple color. And so it's time to work on the portal at last. The idea of it is a giant sword, like upside down, and inside the sword will be the portal itself. And under it will be a purple kind of a lake or aura or whatever that is. Well, it's gonna look very cool, trust me. And I first had to start with making a circle, like it had to be a circle so I can place the glass inside it and the sword coming out of it. And after finishing the circle, I need to go 2 levels down. And after I finished digging the 2 levels, it was time to go for the next step. The next step is to surround the walls, like the sides of the circle, all with deep slate blocks. And this is how it looks like after I'm done. There will be one layer of the purple glass, like on top, so it's gonna match the color of the nether portal. Like, I didn't like much the layer on down, like under it, because it was actually a bit visible, and that bothered me a lot, honestly. So in the future, I'll definitely remove it and add probably another layer of purple glass. Maybe more dark purple or more light one, just so it can give a beautiful color. And on top of that, I added slabs on the sides, and as you can see, the purple one is very transparent. You can see all the blocks under it. If you had shadows or something, it probably wouldn't be as much as visible, but in my case, it's just, I don't like it, to be honest. So, as I said, I'll definitely change it in the future. And now it's time for the painful part, 40 obsidian. Yeah, I started removing the one on the portal, the ruined portal that was next to the bell, so I could at least make it a little bit beautiful. Like, I don't know, it looks actually pretty nice with the netherrack all around it. I don't know, maybe I'll keep it in the future and even surround it more. But for now, I gotta remove it because it's a little bit annoying. Yeah, I almost died many times of full damage, but it was all worth it. I mean, just wait and you're gonna love how it will look. This is one of the moments, actually the first time I ever met the new mob, the zombie with the spear riding a zombified horse. And man, it does a lot of damage. I almost lost the world. Like, these guys with spears are fucking crazy. Look at them. Look at this guy following me, like, bruh. They dropped me all the way up to full hearts. If I stayed there, I don't know, for extra 2 to 5 seconds, that would be it. But thankfully it didn't, and we survived. So here, take a little bit of a look on how the nether portal looks like. Even without light, it looks pretty awesome. I added the last modifications, and it was time to finally see the view of the build. And man, it took a long time, but I can tell you it was absolutely worth it. Let's just appreciate this for a second. I put the graphic on max here so we can enjoy 100%, so I apologize for the lag.